Programme too. Naomi Wayne, hello, calling from North Suffolk. What did you want to say?
Hello, thank you very much for asking me. I am really fed up with listening to yet another discussion on the BBC where everybody presents the same point of view, that Labour is failing on anti-Semitism. I am Jewish. I am not in the Labour Party. I lost family in the Holocaust, and I have family living in Israel, including in settlements. So I think I've got a certain amount of authority on this. And I also trained as a lawyer. The Labour Party has adopted a draft code on anti-Semitism. They are being attacked because they haven't adopted a document called the IHRA document on anti-Semitism. In fact, they have adopted most of that document. They have improved 3 clauses of it to make it a stronger defence against anti-Semitism. And they have refused to adopt half a clause because that half a clause would be a serious infringement on freedom of speech. Now, there has been legal opinion on this from a QC from the chambers that Sherry Blair established, saying that this document has problematic aspects to it in terms of freedom of speech. Retired Lord Justice Stephen Sedley, who is also Jewish, has said this document, which Labour has adapted, but the original seriously interferes with freedom of speech.
So tell me this.
Labour have adopted a perfectly good... Labour have drafted...
Yes. We've talked... I'm not cutting you off, but I'm just... Why I'm coming in is because we have talked about the regulations that have been adopted and the difference. What I would say to you, and what I would ask of you, is why is it that the majority of Jewish organisations, the Chief Rabbi and others, are uncomfortable with the version that the Labour Party has adopted, and most other organisations are saying, actually, just go with the one everybody goes with?
Right, well...
Are you saying they're all anti-freedom of speech?
Right, let me take the second one first. I think an awful lot of people, like some of the people on your panel, are simply ignorant.
I'm not talking about them.
Yeah,
okay, right? but could you deal with what I asked you, which is the Chief Rabbi and those other organisations, the majority of which say, we are uncomfortable with the version that Labour is adopting. We would rather see you adopt what we have adopted and what the majority of organisations have adopted.
If you look at the organisations like the Board of Deputies, for example, who are a major critic of Labour, you will find 2 things. Firstly, they have at the top of the organisation some very right-wing people. And secondly, what they are concerned about is to get a clause into the definition which prevents people criticising the way Israel was established. They want that to be made anti-Semitic. And it's that particular clause which is a serious infringement of freedom of speech. Even the man who drafted this document does not think it should be used in this way.
Okay.
So do I think the Board of Deputies know what they're doing? Of course they know what they're doing. They want to stop certain perfectly legitimate criticism of Israel.
Okay, and you've made that point very, very clearly. On the wider point of does the Labour Party have a problem with anti-Semitism, not at the leadership level, not at the IHRA level, but as a more grassroots problem, as some have said, some have pointed to tweets that they receive from people purporting to be Labour supporters. The tenor of the conversation that is wafting around at the moment, do you think there is any problem at all, or is that also imagined?
No, I am sure there is some anti-Semitism in the Labour Party. In fact, there is reputable research that says there's anti-Semitism everywhere, except there's far less of it in the Labour Party than on the right. Okay. And on the right I include the Conservative Party and I include the further right.
Okay, and I should say, I mean, you talked on and mentioned the British Board of Deputies, and they are very welcome to get in touch. They're not here to defend themselves, but if they would like to get in touch, we'd like to hear from them. Thank you very much indeed. 03700 100 444. Just a couple more.